tossed by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am here with What If Deku Was an Attack on Titan, Part 1. So, I am going to start doing what ifs that are not just My Hero Academia. And this is going to be the first real step into doing that. Because I have been planning on this for a long time. Ever since I hit 100 subs. As soon as I hit 100 subs, other than being extremely grateful, I thought about different types of what ifs I could do. So this is going to be the first real step into doing what ifs on different genres. So Star Wars, Marvel, other animes, whatever you guys want, I can do. So yeah, this is going to be the first real step into doing that. If you want to join me on this journey of creating a larger family than we already have, make sure you subscribe. Because that would really mean a lot to me if you hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoy the video, please, in order to let me know, hit the like button. Because that lets me know you enjoyed the video. And if you want to be notified when I post a new video, make sure you have the bell icon on. Because hundreds of people on my channel are probably missing out on a few new uploads. Every day, every single time I upload, at least a couple hundred people who are subscribed right now miss out. So if you're subscribed, make sure you have that bell icon rung. Or else you might be missing out on the next big what if. So make sure you have that bell icon rung. But again, this is going to be the first real step into doing what ifs on a different territory for me. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. So I guess without further ado, again, reason why I haven't been posting, I went out to get milk. Took me a while because the line was super, super long. So, I didn't have my phone with me, so I couldn't record in the line. So, yeah. I'm going to be trying to do an upload every single day. But on Sunday, I'm going to try and just record and record and record. So I have videos to post over this week. So remember, get this video to at least 50 likes, and I will do a part 2. So yeah. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. So, one day, Deku is walking home after training with Mirio. It was a long, grueling day of training, and honestly, he enjoyed it. Because he knows that even though Mirio is, he shows that he's not in pain. He knows he is. Since Sir Night-Eye died. Because Sir Night-Eye was like a second father figure to him. And he knows that he's hurting. He may not show it under all that smiling and all that happiness. But deep down inside, he knows he's hurting. Even All Might, through all the pain he went through, he kept a smile on his face. But Deku knows now that he was hurting. He was. So, Deku's walking home, and, Deku decides, why not take a trip through memory lane. So he decides to walk under the bridge that he stumbled across the sludge villain 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. He doesn't quite remember how long it's been. So, Deku's walking under the bridge, under the starry night, just looking up at the stars, admiring their beauty. He thinks about how he'll continue on All Might's legacy, and how he will become the number one hero. As he's walking, he hears a woman scream for help. Now that Deku has his provisional license, he can't get in trouble for helping a civilian when needed. So, Deku runs over to where he heard the woman scream, and he sees a man trying to take her purse. He runs up to him and attempts to take the purse out of his hands, when the villain lifts his hand up towards Deku as the woman screams, "No!" as he says, "Interdimensional black hole," as Deku gets sucked into a black hole that was just created in the man's hand. Deku realizes that this man's quirk is like 13's, so he tries to get away, but he realizes the suction is too strong as Deku is pulled into the black hole. When Deku opens his eyes, he only sees blackness. Then he starts to regain his senses. The first thing he hears is screams. Ear-deafening screams. Hundreds of them. It's like people are just dying left and right, and there's just so much screaming. He wants it all to end. He can't stand it. He can't stand the screams. He can't stand it. He asks himself, is this hell? Is this hell? As he covers his ears to try and make it stop, it keeps on bouncing and ringing in his head. Ah! It's painful screams. It's sadful screams. It's everything. He can't stand it. Then Deku gets his smell senses back, and immediately he wants to barf. He can smell blood. He can smell gore. He can smell everything. Then he regains his vision. Deku opens his eyes to see the beautiful sky. He realizes it's not nighttime anymore. But then everything comes back to him. The smell, the screams. Deku quickly gets up to find he's on a rooftop of some sorts. He looks around to see giant walls. He's never seen anything like this. I mean, he's never even been out of Japan other than one time. Is this a real place? Was he transported somewhere? As Deku remembers the name of the man's quirk, or what the man said. Interdimensional black hole. So Deku kind of thinks about the first word. Interdimensional. He thinks about it for a second. But he realizes he has no time to waste. People are in need of saving. He looks down to see a large humanoid thing. He doesn't know what to call it. As he watches the thing grab a man who's running away, as the creature starts bringing him closer to his mouth, the man starts screaming and begging for his life. As he starts crying, he's begging and begging for his life. Deku realizes that this is no normal villain attack. No, he should have realized this from the beginning. The blood, the death. This is not his universe. Yes, the League of Villains are bad and horrible, but they would never do something this wretched. He realizes this is not his universe, his whatever you call it. This is not where he belongs. Then Deku thinks to himself, wherever I am now, wherever I will be, people will always be in need of saving. And right now, this man is in dire need. So Deku puts his foot down and charges up One for All to 20%. As Deku launches at the villain or creature, whatever this thing is, as he says, Delaware Smash! As he punches the thing clean in the jaw, breaking the thing's jaw. As it lets go of the man and falls into a building, Deku quickly grabs the man and puts him on the ground. As the man is thanking Deku profusely, the creature starts to get up. Deku tells the man he has to run. As the man starts running, Deku sees another one of the creatures grab the man and bite him in half. Deku wants to gag, but he realizes the one he had just knocked down has already healed and is getting up. Deku realizes that that's the strongest punch he can create without hurting himself. And these things can just shrug it off as if it's nothing. So Deku quickly jumps back on the roof in hopes of finding humans who are ready to fight in order to regroup and maybe come up with a plan of any sorts. So Deku starts running on the buildings as he sees a girl on her knees with one of those monsters heading right towards her. Deku realizes he has to help her as he starts heading that way. Another one shows up. Deku realizes, I don't know if I'll be able to save her. They're too close to her. I'm not going to get there in time. As he sees the girl get up to try and make a final stand, Deku hurries even more to get to her as he knows she's going to die. As the other Titan creature, whatever, punches the other one clean in the jaw, knocking it over. Deku realizes this one isn't like the other ones. It's fighting its own kind. As the creature starts stepping constantly on the nape of the creature, Deku thinks to himself, maybe this is a weak spot. I'll have to write this down. But for now, it's not of importance. So Deku gets to where the girl is, and he's about to head down and grab her when another boy comes through and grabs her and then swings off in this weird machine. Deku would think that it's some kind of support gear, but he's not in his place anymore, his universe. He's not there anymore. He's in one totally different from his. And he will have to adapt to survive, obviously. As he watches the boy fly away, Deku starts giving chase, as he doesn't know if this kid is good or bad. So Deku keeps following, till eventually the boy lands on a rooftop. Deku quickly takes cover under another rooftop, watching them. As the boy puts the girl down and gives her his flying tech, as Deku realizes another boy just showed up. And they all have the same type of gear by the looks of it. But why wasn't the girl trying to fly away? As he sees the boy gives the girl his gear, he wonders if maybe it goes off of fuel and she ran out. But Deku would think that would be stupid, because if you run out of fuel, you're dead. So of course it can't run off of fuel. That would be stupid. That would be an idiotic decision on the maker's behalf. And then Deku wonders to himself, maybe Hatsume would be able to correct this tech. Maybe. But I don't even know if it runs off of gas, so maybe I'm just stupid. So Deku watches them as he looks over to where they're looking at and sees that creature is still killing more of its kind. Deku wonders, why is this thing doing what it's doing? As he watches them fly off, Deku quickly gives chase and finds where they're going. They're taking out all of the creatures in front of that thing's path. Deku wonders to himself, that would be a stupid decision, because now it's going to target you guys. What are you thinking? But Deku realizes it's not even trying to go for them. It's only going for its kind. As Deku realizes what they're trying to do, as he sees them flying towards a building covered in those, what he wants to call, titans. As the creature starts running towards the giant building covered in titans, Deku realizes what their plan is. They're going to try and clear that building of all the titans by using that titan. But Deku wonders what's of importance in that building. So Deku decides to check it out with them. But he's not going to let himself be caught. No, he's not that stupid. Because he doesn't know whether these people can be trusted or not. As much as he would love some human conversation right now, he can't risk it. It's too dangerous. Way too dangerous. So Deku follows them into the building, and he sees a dead body right splat dab in the middle. Looks like he committed suicide, Deku says, as he picks up the gun that he killed himself with. Deku realizes this is a musket. Muskets were used back in the 1800s. Did he send me back in time? No, this is impossible. We never learned about this in school. What's going on here? As he puts the gun down and follows them down into this chamber-like place. As Deku is watching them from the door, he sees them go down another flight in this weird elevator type thing. It's not an actual elevator, but it's like almost one of the first stages of the elevator. But he decides to keep watching, and he hears lots of gunshots. Deku quickly rushes to them as he looks down to see them shooting. And he takes a closer look, and he sees lots of those titans. But he says to himself, if my punch couldn't damage them, what are bullets gonna do to them? As he realizes they weren't aiming to kill them. They were aiming to blind them. As Deku looks around for a possible surprise attack, he sees the surprise attack. As all of these warriors with swords slash open the napes of these creatures. And this, in turn, answers Deku's question about the weak spot of these creatures. As Deku realizes, maybe these people aren't as stupid as I took them for. But it's not nice to call them stupid. I need to examine a little more before I decide to get involved. Too much, at least. So Deku's watching as they all come back up. Deku quickly runs back upstairs as he realizes they're coming upstairs. So Deku hides and he watches them all go up to the roof. Deku decides to follow them as most of them jump away, except for maybe 5. They all jump down to this nearby rooftop. So Deku's looking from the very top as he sees what they're looking at. a young boy just came out of one of the titans. Deku wonders if this is even possible. Does this world have quirks? Are we seeing the first real quirk in evolution right now? But then Deku asks, if this is the real first quirk, then that boy who had the light quirk wasn't the actual first quirk user, but everything's so confusing in this world. I don't know if I travel back in time. I don't know if I went forward in time, if I'm in a different universe. I have no clue what's going on here. So he sees the boy emerge from the Titan, and one of the girls rushes down to him. Deku's about to go rescue her when he realizes she doesn't need rescuing, as he sees her hugging him and crying in his arms. Then Deku looks back up at the clouds and says, maybe this place isn't so bad after all. So, Deku decides to just keep watching as Deku decides to climb one of the giant walls of this interesting or intriguing place that he has found himself in. So Deku's sitting up on top of the walls wondering, is it possible to get back to where I belong? Back to my home? Back to the people I love? Back to my friends? So Deku's just sitting up there, and then something catches his eye. A giant smoke cloud appeared on the other side of the wall. So Deku walks over to see what happened, and he sees the same young boy, girl, and blonde kid he saw earlier in this Titan body, almost. It's just very bony. Actually, it's mostly bones. But then he realizes they're surrounded by people. They're all looking at them with their swords drawn. Then he sees a cannon pointed right at them. Deku, with his self-justice, knows that this is not right. These people have done nothing wrong. So Deku drops down to where the cannon workers are, as they're just staring down there, trying to see whether they killed them or not. Deku grabs one of them and hits his head on the cannon, knocking him out. Deku makes sure to check his pulse. Deku sees the other one as the man draws his musket. Deku uses One for All at 10% and just starts bouncing around the wall, jumping over the man. The man tries to get a clear shot, but he can't. That's when Deku kicks the man in the back, knocking him out. Deku looks down at the situation below as he drops down to help. The people see him and they ask, "Who is that?" As Deku, within seconds, takes down at least 10 of them when the commander orders all of the troops to attack Deku. Deku is having to deal with 20 people, 30 people on him at once, and they all have this tech, this gear on. Deku doesn't know how to deal with them. He's knocking them out one by one, but they just keep on coming. There's too many. That's when Deku gets overwhelmed and tackled to the ground. Deku tries to get back up, but then they sedate him. And when Deku wakes up, he wakes up in this courthouse room, almost. And before him is a judge. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to end the episode off. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And while you're at it, make sure you hit the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. So yeah, peace out.